Citi 97.3. Accra.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. City News on 97.3 FM.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
City News.
.3 Citi FM. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. My name is Sammy Wiafe, and tonight I'm here with
Ejubi Wiafe Akenting.
Coming up in the next 1 hour, 30 minutes.
There's no need. This is a clearance. Government should come and tell us that there was no clearance. There was, it expired. And they should tell us if indeed in public administration there has not been clearance which has expired and has been extended. It's not news.
Minority in Ghana's parliament accuses Health Minister Kwabena Mintah-Kandor of misleading health professionals over claims that government has secured clearance for the payment of 10 months' salary arrears. Also coming up on Eyewitness News.
My thinking, in order that we respect equity, is to convert at least 10 category schools to category B schools, then convert 10 category B schools to category A schools.
Education Minister Haruna Idrisu announces plans by government to upgrade some Category B senior high schools to Category A as a way of addressing issues bordering on school placement. And later on Eyewitness News, Medina District Court discontinues prosecution of suspects in the murder of Ahmed Swali upon the advice of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and other stories on Eyewitness News. Also coming up in business.
Government to waive taxes on agro-processing machines.
Eyewitness News is live on our affiliates across the country. Around the globe, we are on citynewsroom.com. Talking about affiliates.
In the Western region, we're live on Beach 105.5 FM and Sky 93.5 FM, all in Takrade. In the Bono region, tune into Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyane. In the Ashanti region, we're live on Focus 94.3 FM in Kumasi and Orange 107.9 FM. In the Volta region, we're live on Revival 99.3 FM in Tajewu and VOV Radio 95.7 in Hohoi. In the Northern region, tune in to Radio Bimbila 91.9 FM, and in the Upper East region, tune in to Quality 88.7 FM in Garu. In the Upper West region, it's Radio Tungson 97.3 FM in Wa and Jarapa 96.1 FM.
You can also join the conversation with your WhatsApp messages. The number is 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. Now, the minority in Ghana's parliament has accused the Minister of Health, Kwabena Mintah-Kandor, of misleading health professionals over claims that the government has secured financial clearance for their employment and payment of arrears. The minister, at a press conference in Accra yesterday, announced that Cabinet had approved financial clearance for various categories of health professionals, including doctors, nurses, and pharmacists. However, at a press conference today, the ranking member on the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health and the Member of Parliament for Efiduasi Asokore, Dr. Nana Ayew Efie, disputed the minister's claims, describing them as deceptive. He explained that the financial clearance for the recruitment of health professionals had expired on the 31st of December 2024 under the previous administration and accused the Mahama government of failing to renew it. The minority maintained that funds are already available and therefore sees no justification for the health minister's decision to seek cabinet approval to pay the affected workers. Let's go to the phone line and speak to Dr. Nana Ayew Efie, who is the ranking member on the Health Committee of Parliament. Doc, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, good evening.
Hello, Dr. Ayew Efie. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm very fine. Thank you very much for your time. Now, the minister at a press conference yesterday said that they are going to pay the health professionals.
The line is breaking, Sammy.
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me? Hello, Dr. Ayew Efie. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. I'm saying that at a press conference in Accra yesterday, the health minister announced that they are going to pay the 10 months arrears of these nurses and other health professionals. The accusation is that your administration, which is the MPB administration, failed to pay these workers. Now, this new administration comes in and trying to pay these workers, and you describe it as deceptive. Why so?
Hello, Sammy.
Doc, can you hear me?
Well, your line was breaking. Actually, you were trying to make a point on why the minister justifies payment of arrears to them next month. Is that the case?
Yes, I'm saying.
Basically, there shouldn't have been any arrears put. Financial clearance was issued last year, July 6, 17. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Doc. Go ahead and make your submission,
Yes,
sir.
so the financial clearance was issued on the 17th of July 2024. And out of the 15,200, a couple of them were recruited by the Ministry of Health. That is, the Ministry of Health institutions are the teaching hospitals. And then the Christian Health Association also took some. So we're about 7,000. They started working from August last year. The remaining went to Ghana Health Service and they delayed. For a clearance is issued, what it means is that an X amount of money is allocated for the payment. So why the minister should be worried about the Ghana Health Service and why they couldn't recruit all the 6,000 people until December? Why would you have to make a politics out of it? Why? Because the same clearance allowed some to start working, I guess, last year in the teaching hospitals that health or the faith-based hospitals. The Ghana Health Service got delayed. And therefore, they did their recruitment in December when the clearance was expiring on the 31st of December. All the government has to do is to extend the clearance. It's not the first time in public administration that them to extend clearances. It's all over. In all governments, in all agencies, you can even call the Ministry of Finance. They are always extending clearance. So why is it the case that is a big deal now? That you come into power on the 7th of January and you refuse to extend the clearance of persons posted in December or recruited in December. In any case, do you have any of the state institutions saying that they didn't need them? So they were a nuisance. They were posted to them. So please let them go. No, it didn't happen. So why didn't you pay them? Because they had financial clearance. You chose to take a political decision, and that is going to be a cost on them now. Why would you get them to go on a demonstration before you decide to take the issue to cabinet? It needs no cabinet. Financial clearance extension does not go to cabinet. It has to go to the Minister of Finance. The Minister of Health would have to write a letter to the Finance Minister for extension. It doesn't have to go to cabinet. What it means, therefore, is that there was a grand political decision that don't recruit these people. But my problem is that those nurses and midwives, some of their parents voted for the MPP, they might have voted against the MPP, they voted for the MPC. The clearance stated clearly that these are backlog of 2020 from public and private institutions. It is straight from MPP or from NDC. I mean, who cares if they even voted against the MPP? It's got to do with the people of Ghana and their job. Governance is a continuous process. And you have to get a limit of politicization of issues as far as health is concerned. Sammy,
but if
there's
you
no
say,
arrears for them.
But if you
the
say
money
governance
was made available, there's no arrears. Please let us correct this and put it in perspective. There is no arrears. The money was made available to them because there was a clearance that expired. All they needed was to extend it to them. So we don't talk about arrears. You chose not to see them as important. Please pay them, fix them up, fix the mess up, and just pay them.
But if you say governance is a continuous process, why did the letter announcing the clearance had to end at 31st of January 2024?
Every financial clearance has an expiry date as far as the Ministry of Finance and its practices are concerned. It gives you a set period to which you should complete what this allocation is for. It is within the budget. Budget is a major policy decision and is run in a space of a year. You understand? So therefore, when we we passed the appropriation bill, allowing government to spend the bit of provision that is in the bill, and that included X amount of money for 15,200 nurses and midwives to be recruited. And the year ends on the 31st of December. So therefore, if you do not recruit them, then you may have to wait for another budget or another scope. But mind you, in any case, within the period of use of people's money, public purse, you, even when it expires by 31st, within 3 months, you can extend it. Otherwise, it runs into another budget. And the government chose not to make them a priority. It's just a political decision. Why are we debating this issue? I mean, it's a political decision. That is why the kids would have, the staff, those nurses and midwives had to stand up for their rights. And they went on demonstration. The government is embarrassed. It's unfortunate. They took a political decision. They should have been paid by now. There was no need to have held on salary payments for them. There was no need.
Doc, thank you. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, sir.
You had a ranking member on the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health, Dr. Nana Ayew Efie. Let's speak to another member of the Health Committee, and he's the Member of Parliament for the Ambrosio constituency, Dr. Titus Bayo. Doc, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Good evening, and thank you for having me.
Your colleagues on the minority side at the press conference today says the announcement by the health minister that they're going to pay the 10 months arrears of health professionals is just politics and deceptive.
Well, it's unfortunate we get to this level with health. Health should not be politicized. But if you are one of these workers who have worked for this period and have not been paid, coming into the workforce, who's reporting for night duty, paying rent, doing all of that, and you've not been paid, you will see this announcement as welcome news. And coming into a system where in the previous years, no arrears beyond 3 months will be paid. So it will be heartwarming if the sector minister assures you that you'll be paid and your arrears will be paid. It's a recognition for the services they have rendered, and I think it's commendable. I don't see politics in this.
You've been in the public space before. Normally, what causes this delay? Like someone will finish housemanship and the rest. You are a medical doctor, so you know housemanship and the rest, and then the person will not be paid for a period of time. What really causes all these delays?
So there are multiple folds. My understanding of, or multiple causes, my understanding of the current situation is that they were giving a financial clearance. This financial clearance usually expires by the 31st of the year, December. When by that time you are not on the payroll, then it's automatically inactivated, which means you have to get a new clearance. If granted that you were employed within your clearance time and you started to work, another source of delay is the entry. You know, when you report, you write what we call an assumption of duty, and then your place of work will write this assumption of duty to the pay point, and then they would enter it into the system, into the IPPD system. This system that migrates everybody on the payroll is open for just few days in a month. Usually by the 5th of the month, it's closed for that month. And so if that window is missed, then it has to be the following month. So just clerical errors can cause someone's salary to delay. And it is unacceptable at all, because as far as you are concerned, you are delivering the service and you deserve to be paid. And it is not your business that someone could not do what they were supposed to do. But these are some causes of the delay. But in this current instance, my understanding is that the financial clearance expired before many of these people got onto their employment, because it was given in a rush, and they were quickly posted just before the election. Now, if you are posted in December, the chance that your financial clearance will expire before you report to a place like my constituency in Lambuse, for Lambuse to write a letter to Accra for them to put on the pay system is high. And by the time that process is done, it will expire. So if you check, the teaching hospitals didn't have that much of a problem, but mainly the Ghana Health Service, which is spread across the entire country, every village, every nook, every cranny, it's difficult for them to do these entries within a short period of 2 to 3 weeks.
I see you, Doc. I'll say a big thank you for your time.
You're most welcome.
Thank you very much for your time. Dr. Titus Bewo is the Member of Parliament for Lambusie and also a member of the Health Committee of Ghana's Parliament. This is Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s, you lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Oh, jump on now. Go, go. Ugomi, at what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car, they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine, they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's maths we love. Or your community go win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly. Not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Channel One TV has a way of telling their stories. Stories that empower change. Capturing the trending issues, delving into our communities, getting out the voices that matter.
Almost 13 to 16 people were under the ground and it collapsed on them. Yesterday we were able to make it and remove 8 of them and 4 were dead.
Channel 1 Newsroom, CNR, brings you an exhaustive coverage of the day's news. 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
Don't mind in forest reserves. And always when you've created a mess, clean it up. The laws are there. So it's not that we need more laws. It is just that we need more enforcement.
Channel 1 Newsroom captures the exact news temperature of the nation. From the northern, western, eastern, and southern parts of Ghana, Channel 1 Newsroom, CNR's got you covered.
Let's speak to the core issues in terms of how we can prevent professionals who have been given the mandate to teach our children and for this matter, the old children's standard of care and how they can live up to expectation.
8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
How can somebody wake and you tell the person I appreciate you for 10 good months? I can't stand it. I'm owing rent. What should I do to be able to pay my rent? I don't understand. They should pay us. Enough is enough.
CNR, telling your stories, empowering change. Catch CNR on Channel 1 TV at 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
Ah, Ma, have you received the delivery?
Sis, Yana Riders Bay. Send in a momo.
Okay. *176.
Ah, Paco. Don't you use a smartphone? Use a momo app, ne?
Huh? Abba app.
Hey, I want to say a millennium, say millennial. Inim. Oh, millennium for ya nyaze. Switch to the app. Oh, you're smart. And oh, you're secure.
Enter a world of possibilities with the Momo app. Pay your favorite merchant, pay utility bills, and borrow from our wide range of lending services. Move to the app side today. MTN.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. You're also listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. A few of your WhatsApp messages. Thomas from Afienya says the minority should desist from the usual press conferences they've been holding all the time. They should look at real progress. We salute the Minister of Health for his decisive leadership and commitment to the welfare of our heroes in the health sector. Thomas, this from Thomas. Another one says, so can the MPP and the minority keep quiet for a moment? If the money was there, why didn't they employ and pay the nurses from the time they completed their training since 2020? They should give us a break. Hello, Sami. The problem with Dr. Afiye's position is that this issue is quite pedestrian because these are nurses his government recruited when he was when he was chairman of the Select Committee on Health. He should be explaining to Ghanaians. At that time, they issued a financial clearance. How many of the student nurses were recruited by the Ghana Health Service, and what happened to the rest? That is what we call deceptive administration. Ejumi has some more stories.
The Ministry of Education has announced plans to embark on an equity distribution initiative aimed at upgrading some Category B schools to Category A schools. According to the sector minister, Haruna Idrisu, the move is intended to ease placement challenges that prevent many students from gaining admission to their preferred Category A schools. Speaking at an education conference in Accra, he said with adequate budgetary support, the ministry will expand infrastructure in selected schools to make the initiative a reality.
We haven't, in the last month, we haven't expanded infrastructure at any Category A school to have done the magic for us. My thinking, in order that we respect equity, will be that into 2026, and I've had consultations and discussions with the president, I have his support and blessing, is to convert at least 10 category schools to Category B schools, then convert 10 Category B schools to Category A schools, and that will be backing it with infrastructure, with available classroom blocks, dormitories for students, and quality improvement by way of improved teaching, and then learning materials and learning aids. Not until you do that, you will struggle as I'm struggling to deal equitably with the matter of placement. Then for Category A school, we'll choose 5 or 6 of them spread across the country. I mean, I can take one in Central Region, 2 in Greater Accra.
He further disclosed that Cabinet has approved the payment of outstanding salaries owed to newly posted teachers, including graduates from colleges of education and universities.
A few weeks ago, myself and Chief Director received a petition from some teachers who are unhappy with the government over their unending. They worked for a number of months without pay. I'm happy to announce that Cabinet has given approval for the 6,200 teachers to be absolved. We'll begin the process in due course. They will have their IDs, but as I assured them, they will get back pay. But you see, having demonstrated and pelted stones at us, they have to pay for the stones. We will give them back pay. But for what? For their conduct, what do we get in return? How that they bring to swap in academic work. So those 6,200 teachers, I think I can speak for both ministries in this matter. Cabinet gave the Minister of Finance approval to via budget and spend about 1.1 billion Ghana cedis to absorb a category of health workers and teachers. The process will start soon, and therefore no more picketing.
You heard Education Minister Haruna Idrisu.
Let's get some more perspective on this matter. And joining us on the phone now is Dr. Peter Ainti, Executive Director of the Institute of Education Studies. Doc, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Good evening, Sami.
Should this be a welcoming news?
Yes, this is a progressive news from the Minister of Education. It shows that he understands the challenges that is facing in his ministry and is ready to embark on measures that would not yield an instant result, but progressively solve the problems that have engulfed the secondary education system for over the years.
In upgrading, it comes with infrastructure in the rest. And so if government wants to upgrade, it means totally an infrastructure change. Is that it?
Yes, there are basically four variables that are used to categorize a school. Now, these variables are WASI performance, infrastructure, the next one is teaching quality, and then we have demand or preference for the school when it comes to school placement. There are other mini variables like performance in co-curricular activities, discipline, and so and so. But these four variables are important. Now, I think that two of them are policy variables. So, infrastructure and teaching quality are policy variables. If you're able to touch them, you are improving WASI and you are improving demand and preferences. So if you listen to the minister, he's talking about providing infrastructure and providing teaching and learning resources in the 10 schools that they are trying to work on. It means that if they touch these two variables, over a period, WASI performance would improve, and when WASI performance improves, parents and students would naturally select or have preference for that particular school. So the minister is in the right direction. It's not sometimes going to be an event, but if we are able to do this consistently for the 4 years that this government will be in power, we'll be able to transform most of our secondary schools to a higher level category that would attract the kind of selecting that we all want. And in doing that, we are going to reduce the pressure on the already existing category A schools that everybody wants to attend.
In terms of the period of time, what time frame can this be done?
For me, this is a policy priority for the minister, and he's doing 10 schools next year, and he's like to do 10 schools for the next 4 years. It means that by the time he leaves office as the Minister of Education, he might have converted 40 category B schools to category A. Add that to the already 88 that we have. We are headed towards 150. We have added almost, 130, sorry. We have added almost, 40 schools to the already existing 88 schools. And that means that more avenues will be available for those who perform well and want to be in category A schools. Remember, he's also saying that they are going to improve the infrastructure in existing category A schools. So we will be able to do this within the period that they are in power. It's a policy priority, and they are committed to putting funds there.
Will this help address, or will this be the only solution in addressing the placement challenge that we've seen in recent time?
Not at all. This is a step in the good direction. We will need to do other things too. The other conversation we had the other time, I said that we need to also look at the model of school selection. We have to have a situation whereby students have an idea of their performance before they select the schools. That is the next stage of advocacy that we will need to pursue, because we don't want to repeat this. We don't want to see these challenges happening in 2026. I think that is That is what progressive societies do. We have a problem this year, we work towards it and ensure that by the next year there is a massive improvement. So the first position of the minister is welcoming. I think during our last conversation I made mention of that. They want to adopt it. That is a welcoming news. We need to also push further so that schools are selected when students know their performance. When that is also done, we will be able to reduce the challenges for the school placements and then continue with the other interventions that we are already doing. Look at the whole software itself. Look at the sensitization process. And I think that next year we should not have these tools. Today I realize that I think your platform published that there are a number of parents at the NATO still waiting for their school, their awards to get through. This should not happen. This should not happen again in 2026. And I hope that the minister is focused on trying to ensure that this doesn't happen, and that's why he has taken the first step.
And the parents who are still at the Nat Hall, what can be done? Should they kiss their hopes goodbye?
Well, I think that the DES and the school placement people are saying they will be able to assist all of them. For me, my position is that nobody should blame a parent who wants a good school for the ward. Everybody would want a good school for the world, so nobody should put the blame at the doorstep of the parents. I think the system is not being fair to some of the parents, and we need to ensure that those who have the power to provide quality education, ensure that all schools are providing quality education, are on their toes and they are working towards that. So the parents there should try their best, whatever outcome they get, fine. But going into 2026, we shouldn't have this happening again.
It is the hope and expectation that we don't see, what we are seeing again. But then finally, before
in fact, if it happens again, then we would say that the ministry have failed, and those who are heading the computer placement system should resign. If it happens again under their watch, they should get ready to resign.
But Stephen, this is something we've seen over the years. The last time we had a conversation, I read to you a number of online publications from Citi Newsroom on this same issue. And there are many who have also said that, if we don't change the structure, we may want to see the same thing repeat itself. But then your proposal that indeed we should have the students select their schools after the examination, is this something the ministry will buy? Is this something the stakeholders in the education sector will want to go by?
I think that it's something that they will need to pursue. I know that there are a lot of conversations that are going to happen after the placement is over, and we'll continue to engage and see whether, even if we don't do that, we'll be able to pilot and see how, with certain schools, and see how it goes. But I think I'm convinced in my mind that 80% of the problem would be addressed if you are able to change the model of school selection. And of course, if you are the new head of CSSPS and you have experienced this year, and you still want to hold your position, and next year we are still going to have this experience, then it means that you couldn't bring anything on board. And for me, that is enough for you to be sacked.
Doc, I say a big thank you for your time as always. Thank you very much. Dr. Peter Inti is Executive Director of the Institute of Education Watch.
Away from that, civil society group Democracy Hub has filed a lawsuit at the Supreme Court challenging a secret memorandum of understanding MOU between the government of Ghana and the United States. The group claims the agreement allowing the reception and detention of a third country nationals deported from the U.S. violates the 1992 Constitution and the international human rights law. According to the writ, the deal permits Ghana to receive, detain, and facilitate the onward transfer of involuntary repatriated West African nationals, many of whom were previously held in U.S. immigration and customs enforcement facilities. Democracy Hub contends that the agreement, which was not submitted to Parliament for ratification, is unconstitutional under Article 75 and contravenes international treaties Ghana is a party to, including the 1951 Refugee Convention, the Convention Against Torture, and the OAU Refugee Convention. The group is seeking 28 reliefs from the Supreme Court and has requested an interlocutory injunction to suspend further implementation of the MOU. The court has scheduled a hearing for Wednesday, 22nd October 2025. Now, Roads Minister Kwame Gavin-Takboja has stated that the government has paid road contractors 5 billion cedis out of the 40 billion Ghana cedis arrears it's inherited. He described the payment made last Friday as the biggest single settlement in the sector without borrowing. An earlier letter from the Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry demanding urgent payment of outstanding debt has resurfaced online. But speaking on the Citi Breakfast Show, the minister assured contractors that payment will continue, though it is unlikely all arrears will be cleared this year.
What was presented to us end of September, and according to that document, GOG indebtedness as of that time was about 21 billion, and road fund was about another 5 billion, and that excludes Cocoa Roads, which is also a huge amount of money. Without a doubt, Bernard, we are close to about 40 billion, which was work done and unpaid across the road sector. And if you consider the fact that 5 billion as of Friday, that would have been the biggest, without a doubt, ever single payment to road contractors at a particular time in the life of any government in recent history. That is, I'm not saying cumulatively, at one bullet payment of 5 billion, that would have been the biggest. And we are doing this without borrowing from international sources and other thing. I think President Mahama must be commended for and the finance minister must be commended for this commitment. That is why all those people who have been saying pay contractors, we are not doing this. Ask yourself, how were we able to pay 5 billion without the binging on the borrowing from day to day? I think prudence and effective leadership.
The Roads Minister added that he will announce subsequent payment schedules in Parliament when the House reconvenes.
When Parliament reopens, I'll be making a formal statement and tell you the outcome, because indeed, if we had rushed to pay, would have thrown away part of your money, because during the validation, it turns out that some of the certificates that counts that we were told we owe is not exactly so. So the finance minister has carried out the validation, and out of the validated amount, as of Friday, about 5 billion has been paid to contractors whose certificates have been validated. That is GOG. We are also in the process of commencing the payment of contractors owed under the old road fund, now the road maintenance trust fund. So the payment to contractors has already started, and the process will continue.
Kwame Gavin-Takboja is Minister for Roads and Highways.
This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. A few of your WhatsApp messages. Conversion of category schools was not a promise. Focus the energy on how to end the double track system, which has become an albatross on the necks of parents. That was your firm promise. This is Akapo Jr. from Ahafomem. The MPP if the MPP wants, they can do press conference every day, but that will not stop President Mahama from resetting this country. Abi National in Wa. Hamdu Halassan says that, okay, admitting that this statement from the ministry is true, why didn't you, talking about the MPP, pay them since their salaries were approved in the 2024 budget? Good evening, Sami. I fully support the Education Minister's decision to upgrade Category C schools to B and B to A. This effort will enhance infrastructure, quality, and student opportunities, ensuring equitable access to quality education across the region. Such improvements are vital for the development of the learning environment and further success of our students. This is from Mawisi in the Volta region. Please ask him if the financial clearance was secure in 2024, yet you were unable to pay them for the 4 to 6 months in 2024. Why didn't they pay them for that period? If now the financial clearance has expired, does it mean the funds are also available for the same purpose? This coming from Prof. in Tema. The MPP will be in opposition for the next 42 years. This coming from Lexi Dwayne in London. And the final one, Education Minister's visionary leadership and tireless reforms are transforming Ghana's education system. He exemplifies the kind of bold, competent leadership Ghana truly needs. This is Daniel from Sandema. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we have more stories.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Your family's health should never be a worry, no matter matter where you are in the world. Are you a Ghanaian in the diaspora, a foreign resident in Ghana, or a Ghanaian looking for the perfect health insurance plan for yourself or your family in Ghana? Then the Apex Ebusiapa Health Cover is what you need. A comprehensive health insurance plan to protect your loved ones. From hospital stays to life-saving treatments, we ensure quality healthcare at an affordable cost. Apex Ebusiapa Health Cover. You don't just send love home, you secure it. Visit Apex Health Insurance at Zion House, Boundary Road, Shashi East Legon, or call 0540-128-256 or 0501-683912. Apex Ebusiapa Health Plan. Global love, local care.
Who is calling me this other one?
Hello. Good evening, Kwame.
Good evening.
We are into baby foods and would like to introduce...
Wait a minute. How did you get my number? You just use ways and means to find people's numbers and be calling them by heart. No respect for privacy or anything at all.
Oh, Bra Kwame.
Is your business privacy ready? Do you collect and use information of people in your line of work, like their name, number, location? You might be doing the wrong things. Whether you're a big company or a small one, you must respect people's right to privacy. Register and be certified by the Data Protection Commission of Ghana. It is the law. You will receive the necessary training, advice, and guided on the right systems to put in place to help protect information you collect about people. Register your company. It's simple and online. Visit www.dataprotection.org.gh to register. Privacy is the responsibility of everyone. Remember, privacy is personal.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank accounts too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Citi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly. Not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Oh, jump on now. Go, go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel where I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go, Joe Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Jenny, our operations are too complex to be managed on spreadsheets. We need real-time control.
Exactly. That's why companies like ours are moving to Sage ERP 300. It integrates finance, procurement, inventory, and project costing across all departments.
I've seen it work. Multi-location reporting, consolidated dashboards, even intercompany transactions, all seamless.
And the best part? Trust Consult handles everything. Deployment, training, and support. They are Sage's certified partner here in Ghana.
Perfect. Let's contact them today. 0302-246-875 or 0244-965-119. Visit their office in Kokomlemle or the website trustconsultlimited.org.
Sage ERP 300. Built for growth, trusted by enterprise.
We're trendy and youth
beautiful. We're UBA. We're here to make your life better, stress-free and easy. We go the extra mile, beyond your expectations. We will get it done and get it done very well now. UBA, best loans and more. UBA, best customer satisfaction. UBA, best digital solutions. UBA, Africa's global bank.
For best retail products, innovative offerings, loans made just for you, attractive interest rates, trading across Africa or sending money. If you want the best digital banking products, including chatting with you on WhatsApp and Facebook, turn to UBA, Africa's global bank.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. The Medina District Court has discontinued the prosecution of a suspect in the murder case of investigative journalist Ahmed Swale following a directive from the Attorney General's office. Ahmed Swale, a key member of the Tiger IPI investigative team, was shot and killed in January 2019 by unknown assailants. His killing drew widespread condemnation and calls for justice, but the case has since made little progress. The suspect, Daniel Owusu-Krantin, was arrested and charged with murder and abetment of murder in connection with the incident. However, during today's sitting, the prosecutor, Chief Inspector Nanefua Bamfo, informed the court that the Attorney General had advised that the case be discontinued. Away from that, Ghana and China are set to conclude on a zero-tariff agreement by the end of this month. This follows the expansion of China's zero-tariff policy to cover all 53 African countries, including Ghana, to maintain diplomatic ties to boost Africa's economy. Speaking at a presidential investment forum in Beijing, China, President John Dramani Mahama announced that both countries have reached an agreement towards achieving that course.
Between 2020 and 2024, China's exports to Ghana rose by nearly 46%, while Ghana's exports to China increased by over 11%. China's decision to grant zero tariff access to Ghanaian and African products signals the confidence in our partnership. It opens vast new markets for Ghanaian exporters, agro-processors and manufacturers. And I'm happy to inform you that we reached agreement in principle and we have targeted the end of October to be able to sign off on the zero tariff principle. I wish to commend the government of China for this act of solidarity. We are all aware that the multilateral rules-based trading system is being appended by unilateral slapping of tariffs on different countries. This is a time for us to solidarize and to come together, and this initiative by China is very timely.
You heard President John Dramani Mahama. The district chief executive for Esikuma Adobin Brakwa, Olivia Bentel, has urged the contractor who locked up a classroom facility at Odobin Senior High School to seek legal redress to recover the debt owed him. The contractor, Roger Alumental and Engineering Services Limited, was engaged by the school's Parent-Teacher Association to construct an 8-unit classroom block. In protest over a debt allegedly owed for the past 14 years, the company locked the facility, restricting access to students and staff. However, the DCE maintains that the contractor delayed in completing the project. She has since removed the barricade tapes and reopened the facility for use.
Assembly, I'm a contractor. I said to 1 year. That was a way. But we since 2010, that was 14 years or 15 years ago. I then went to Menrieno. Kita humbe on the assembly and I even some because that time no GPT use. One contract.
When the assembly awards a contract, it is expected to be completed within a year. However, since 2010, this contractor has repeatedly failed to complete his work. What is preventing him from doing so? I have the right to question him. If I summon him and he fails to respond, he may present his concerns to the court.
Me ma be say some friend na omba ma be ohwa on fen court ye betu ya so na ye pese ne kasa because ofie ya.
District Chief Executive for Asikuma Odobin Brakwa Olivia Bentel.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ejubi Wiafe Akintin. Let's settle for the details. The Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry is set to remove taxes on agro-processing machinery as part of efforts to attract investment and raise productivity in Ghana's agri-business sector. Deputy Minister Samson Ahi said the initiative forms part of government's broader strategy to promote agro-industrialization and make it easier for businesses to access modern processing equipment. He added that the ministry is also developing a national agribusiness policy aimed at strengthening agriculture value chains, improving competitiveness and creating more jobs across the sector. As part of the plan, government intends to retool local manufacturers through collaborations with institutions such as the Gratis Foundation to reduce reliance on imported machinery and advance Ghana's 24-hour economy agenda. Now, business confidence in Ghana improved in August 2025, with the index rising to 107 from 105 in June. That's according to the Bank of Ghana September 2025 Monetary Policy Report. Firms reported meeting their operational targets as a stable exchange rate, moderating inflation, and improved access to credit have boosted confidence across key sectors such as manufacturing, services, and construction.
At the same time, consumer confidence remained high at 116.9, though slightly below the 119.2 recorded 2 months earlier, reflecting continued resilience in household sentiment despite modest softening. The latest surveys by the Bank of Ghana show that both business and consumer confidence continue to trend upward in line with the Purchasing Managers Index, which inched up to 50.8 in August from 50.2 in July, signaling improved business activity driven by higher new orders. For many market watchers, this positive trajectory may gain further traction following the central bank's recent 350 basis point reduction in the monetary policy rate to 21.5%, a move expected to ease borrowing costs, spur credit to the private sector, and reinforce confidence in the last quarter of 2025.
Emmanuel Pong with that Business Desk report. Tax analyst Francis Timoboy wants government to widen the tax base and strengthen enforcement measures to close Ghana's growing revenue gap. His comments follow the Bank of Ghana's September 2025 monetary policy report, which showed that the government recorded a 6.7 billion cedi shortfall in domestic revenue for the first 7 months of the year, despite achieving a 22.9% year-on-year growth. Francis Timoboy tells Citi Business News, while fiscal performance has improved, sustained progress will depend on more efficient collection systems to reduce leakages.
To close the gap requires strengthening revenue performance. We need to continue broadening the tax base, intensify registration and monitoring the informal sector through the use of the EVAT system. Databases and systems need to communicate to each other. So SNET, Registrar General, ECG, Lands Commission need to communicate. The data that flows through these institutions needs to communicate with each other and ensure that the system is able to detect unregistered taxpayers. For example, someone disposes of his property and the transaction is subject to capital gains. This should be picked by the system that are run by the various institutions. Again, improving tax compliance and enforcement is key. There's the need to target high-risk sectors like professional services, construction, and the retail for audit. Again, let's see how we can rebalance the tax mix. Relying on import duties, which is volatile, or relying on commodity prices like the oil revenue, which is quite volatile, exposes us. Anytime something happens in that area, revenue will fall drastically. So there's a need to prioritize domestic consumption and property tax.
That was tax analyst Francis Timoboy. And that's all for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ejubi Wiafe Akinting. Up next is Point Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Ma, have you received the delivery?
Sis, you have the riders pay. Send in the momo.
Okay, *176.
Power. Don't you use a smartphone? Use the momo app, ne?
Huh? App.
Hey, I want to say a millennium, say millennial. Millennium for ya nyaze. Switch to the app. Why you smart? You know you secure.
Enter a world of possibilities with the Momo app. Pay your favorite merchant, pay utility bills, and borrow from our wide range of lending services. Move to the app side today.
MTN. Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you ready to unlock the next big thing? It's a universe of endless possibilities. Get ready to be part of this universe.
Attention all Christian business leaders and professionals. The God as CEO Business Encounter is here again. Come on board as we explore the theme, Succeeding God's Way in a Corrupt Business Environment. Leading the conversations are Dak Dwyer, President and CSO, God as CEO International, Tuchi Goka Ivoi, CEO, Ghana Commodity Exchange, Bernard Avle, General Manager, Citi FM and Channel 1 TV, Esther Koba, CEO, Stratcom Africa, Emmanuel Baba Mahama, National President, Full Gospel Businessmen's Fellowship International, and Paula Isidro Fori, Company Secretary, MTN Ghana. Join us for a transformational experience. Date 9th November 2024. Time 9 a.m. prompt. Venue UPSA Auditorium Accra. To attend, log on to godasceo.org/Africa/Accra to register. See you there.
Announcing Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing. Yes, from just 983 Ghana cedis, you can lease a multifunctional photocopier and print unlimited. Yes, unlimited and free paper every month. Guess what? That's not all. Toners, repairs, and maintenance all are free. And oh, I'm not kidding at all. And we cover the whole country. Yes, the whole country. What are you waiting for? Just visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244 644048. I repeat, or call 0244 644048. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, and this is Point Blank. Point Blank on Eyewitness News. Remember, Point Blank is brought to you by Valex Lease Equip Limited. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions. Tonight on Point Blank, we talk MPP politics. the party after electing a flag bearer for the 2028 general election, which is in January. The party will also focus on electing national officers who run the affairs of the party. And tonight on Point Blank, my guest is Eugene Boakye. He's a former member of parliament for the Subin constituency in the Ashanti region, a former deputy minister for works and housing, and aspiring general secretary of the New Patriotic Party, NPP. He's my guest tonight on Point Blank. Eugene, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. It's been a while.
Yes, sorry, long time. Thank you very much for having me.
And thank you very much for coming as well.
The first time in the studio. I think you got one of the best, one of the state
Thank
of
you.
the arts.
Thank you.
So
Thank
far.
you. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Good job done. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Yeah, thank you. We know Eugene Boakye, former MP, former deputy minister. Who really is Eugene?
Well, Eugene Boakye is, I would say, a long-standing member of the New Patriotic Party. I've been a member of parliament for 2 terms. That's 8 years. I was a deputy minister in the first term of His Excellency Donald Dankwa's administration. That's from 2017 to 2021. I've experienced both of the grassroots and in leadership roles. I've been a party's former MPP UK branch secretary, came down, member of the National Council. So I've gone through the mail, and I'm contesting this position because I want to strengthen our party. I also want to ensure that we operate efficiently at all levels and make sure the MPP continues to be a platform that delivers real results for Ghanaians.
And you think that is lacking now?
Oh, I think so, yes. I think our structures let us down as a party, because if you look at the results that came from the 2024 elections, I think, well, there was nothing to write home about, and that's what has spurred me on to contest for this position. So I'm running to make the MPP stronger, united and effective for every Ghanaian.
But it's a political party. It goes through a cycle. After every election, you know, you don't expect your party to win every election. It's a cycle. Remember in 2016 when the NDC lost that election, you know, they came back strongly. And you feel because of the defeat in the 2024 election, there should be that structural changes.
There's also the size. It's also the seismic nature of the defeat. I mean, since the 2000s, MPP has not had, as a political party, has not had anything less than 100 seats in Parliament. We've always had 107, 120, 150 here and there, but to have 87 seats, and given our political opponents, the National Democratic Congress, 2/3 of Parliament, is unprecedented, and that speaks volumes about the kind of leadership that we had, you know, leading up to the elections. And that is why some of us have put ourselves forward to step up and take the mantle and, you know, put the party at its rightful position.
What really is the vision of Eugene Boakye?
My vision is for an MPP that's well organized, an MPP that's united, an MPP that's focused on delivering policies that genuinely empower Ghanaians, especially the youth, the women, and the entrepreneurs. We can build on the successes of past administrations. J. Kufuor brought about the GIPC, you know, then Ghana's export trade support scheme. And now Dankwa Kufuor also brought the One District, One Factory initiative, the free SHS, and then the digitalization agenda. These programs show that when policies are carefully thought through, you know, Ghanaian businesses will take advantage of it and implement it and transform lives of the ordinary Ghanaians, and also give them real career opportunities. So, I mean, that's my vision for the party, a forward-looking MPP that builds on proven successes like the free SHS, industrialization agenda, and the digitalization agenda of my tradition. Yes.
And what will be the strategy to implement all these that you talk about?
Well,
because you need a strategy before you can implement the
first
vision.
approach is to strengthen the grassroots structures. That's the first approach. Training of polling station executives, electoral area coordinators, and constituency executives. That should be the starting block that I intend to build on. Once they are trained, once they are resourced, then they are equipped with the tools to go out there and deliver. The next thing is using data to guide major decisions, you know, such as selection of parliamentary candidates and what have you. and also how to deploy resources in a battlefield or battleground constituencies, if you know what I mean. Then the third thing is also ensuring that every policy we develop can be implemented effectively. There are certain policies that must be tested. I don't know whether you watched the Conservative Party conference in Europe,
UK,
in the UK. Yeah. And clearly, it's not only, they didn't go there to talk about amending the party's constitution alone. Even if that were the case, you saw the leader, Kemi Badenoch, talked about policies that would be implemented if she were elected. And that's the kind of MPP that we want to build. Now we just don't go to conferences like one we had in Legon. Let's go and sit there for 4 or 5 hours talking about constitutional amendments. We should also be thinking about policies that, if given the mandate again to serve this country, our people can also relate to it because they're part of the decision making. And that's the kind of party I envisage for the future. Yes.
There are some divisions within the MPP, which
strategy, strategy only matters if it translates into tangible results for the people.
Okay.
So every strategy must translate into tangible results for the people. Otherwise, it's a failed strategy.
There are issues of division, which almost everybody within MPP, admits. As General Secretary, and you are given the nod by delegates, it will be one of the challenges you will want to deal with. How do you intend to deal with this?
Unity is very critical. I plan to engage all factions constructively and transparently. President Kufuor maintained cohesion of the party while implementing major reforms that President Kufuor successfully also brought together stakeholders for initiatives like 1D1 and free SH utilization. I bring the same consultative approach to the party. So unity is our strength. Every voice in the MPP will be heard and valued. That's the essence of building cohesion. That's the essence of building unity. And also a caveat: all my political colleagues who are contesting to become the flag bearers of the party, they must also be guided by what they say, must be measured by what they say out there. But that is also part of the unity process. It's also part of the reconciliation process. So these are the kind of things I want to see an MPP after the elections of its national executive.
Is this not a tall order for you?
Not at all. I've done it. I've done it in 2016 Ashanti region, and I was able to get the pro Alan Chamatin guys to come and support it, and I've done Kufuor's cause. And I think Chairman Woon to me has mentioned me on so many platforms. I was very instrumental in bringing him to the Kufuor camp, in 2016, and so many others. So I've done it before. It's not a tall order at all.
But then you also argue that they were still members of the MPP. But now, majority of the people, some have left to go and form their own. For instance, Alan and his people, the many have called for an olive branch to get some of them back to the MPP. Would that be one of your priorities if elected as General Secretary?
Every party has its
policy about numbers.
Yes, has its core base. Democracy is a game of numbers, and every political party, the two dominant ones, the National Democratic Congress and my tradition, New Patriotic Party, we all have our core base. I'll say 45%. That's the party affinity, right? So we have to make sure that our base is always intact, so that we can move further afield, right, to then attract the floating voters, if you know what I mean. And I believe that every vote counts. So whatever it takes, whoever left the party, whether they resigned, whether the party may, I don't know. We just have to make sure that we bring all of them on board. We'll do our best to get everybody on board, because we are going to a major election, and you have to bank your hopes on your core base, right? There must be, who I keep saying, it's not about the person who leads the party. It's about the kind of image the party presents to Ghanaians. That's what is of issue here.
Explain that one.
What I mean is that the party must be the formidable vehicle on which you are traveling to the destination. That's the Jubilee House. If the party is not formidable enough, no matter the candidate who leads it, you're not going to win. Even we were to bring Obama to come and lead an MPP, we can't win. You know what I mean? So the fact of the matter is that whatever we do, whatever we say, Ghanaians must see maturity. They must see discipline. They must see vision from the MPP and its leaders before they can really consider giving power back to us. And that is going to be the focus of my administration if elected as General Secretary. And I'll be the focus of every aspirant who intends to also lead a party.
But would that not be too short a time? Because I'm told that the election to elect national officers may be in August or September of next year. Would that period not be too short a time entering into the next election to do
not at all.
All that you say you want to do?
Not at all. I think even a year is enough. What I'm praying is that this contest does not degenerate into a contest of insults. A contest of,
you mean the January 31st one? Okay.
That's not degenerate into character assassination, what have you. All we are praying for is that we are going to select a candidate to lead us into a general election. We are not looking for angels. So all those 10 cents of Sami Wiafe, 15 cents of Eugene Boachentry, 35 cents of Samens and what have you. We must put a stop to all that. Because these people and their followers are inevitably going to form the government. And if you are arming your opponents with such derogatory statements or comments or write-ups, what do you expect your opponents to do with it when it comes to the main general election? So my fervent hope is that we try and do away with the character assassination and the pull him down syndrome, and focus on the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that we are going to win 2028. And I keep saying, it's a contest of ideas, it's a contest of values, it's a contest of vision, it's a contest of insults. That's the bigger picture. It shouldn't be a contest of Sami did this to me, I said that to him. No, it's a contest of you want to lead a nation,
and that has always been a problem of the MPP. You admit.
I think we've learned our lessons, and you know,
hopefully we'll not see that in this.
Hopefully when I'm elected as General Secretary, I think there will be some kind of a semblance of sanity and discipline in the party. I think that's what the party is lacking now.
What immediate step will you've spoken about your vision, your strategy. What immediate step do you intend to take if elected General Secretary?
I've said I'll begin by streamlining party operations. Right, I will strengthen the grassroots outreach
within a period of time.
Oh yeah.
Let's say 6 months, a year.
If you keep forgetting, I've been a parliamentary candidate for 2
I know that.
I've been a member of parliament for 2 occasions, so I know what I'm talking about.
But managing a constituency is different from managing the national party.
The same principles, because the national party doesn't have a day-to-day responsibility of supervising or dealing with people on a day-to-day basis. As an MP or as a parliamentary candidate, you deal with the constituency executives, you deal with coordinators, you deal with polling station executives. We deal with other MPP members who are not part of the delegate structure. So it's the same kind of thing, but on a different scale.
Okay.
So it's a microcosm of the national picture, and setting up task forces to focus on priority initiatives. The approach mirrors how NPP administrations under President Kufuor successfully implemented SME support, 1D1 and free digitalization. So these are kind of immediate steps I want to take. So action starts on day one. Yes, strengthening the party and empowering Ghanaians. And that's basically what is going to drive us, what is going to push us into Jubilee.
But is that a job of a General Secretary?
Sorry?
Is that a job of a General Secretary?
Yeah. You are the Chief Executive Officer of the party. So these decisions might be taken to steering committee, National Executive Committee, National Council, get the powers to bring about these things. It's about mobilizing people and training people, empowering people to go on to win the 2028 general elections. Yes. So it's part and parcel
of the job of a General Secretary
of any national or every elected officer of the party, not just General Secretary. You give directions based on decisions of steering committee, NEC or National Council, right? But every officer of the party must act like a General Secretary, because the job is that you have to win power. Our constitution says that every 4 years you have to go into a contest and win. If you don't win, there's a problem. Like we lost 2024. Yes.
The party is here to open nomination for the various posts, but you've been meeting party people. What has been the feedback?
Oh, it's been fantastic. I think we've all come to a conclusion that we need fresh faces at the party headquarters. We need people with courage, people with discipline, and people with integrity. And I'm sure everyone I've met about 98% of constituency chairpersons of general secretaries and assistant secretaries, the women organizers and their deputies, and in some cases constituency communication officers. And the feedback is that yes, the party is looking forward to these elections, and they are going to ensure that people of experience, people who have proved their mettle in winning elections, are going to be given the mandate to run this party. So that's where we are. So it's very encouraging news, and that's what has brought me here. I've been doing this from, I think, March.
Okay.
I've been, building my regional teams and, ensuring that I'm putting structures in place to galvanize the army for election 28.
You keep mentioning the word discipline. You think that is lacking in MPP?
Yes, I think it's the bane. Indiscipline is the bane of our development and our growth as a party. I'm a Manchester United fan, and I'll tell you something that.
But your team is not doing well.
We'll get there eventually. We'll get there. I'll tell you what. One of the greatest managers of all time, Sir Alex Ferguson, said. He said, "We bid farewell to discipline. You might as well kiss goodbye to success." So without discipline, there's not much you can do.
Yeah.
Right? You need to be disciplined as a party. You need to be disciplined as officers with integrity for people to really gravitate towards you. Because you are dealing with the people. They have to see. You have to see leadership. They cannot, get up every morning and hearing, you tearing yourselves apart and what have you. So I keep saying that a united MPP is an unstoppable MPP. A divided MPP is a defeated MPP. A defeated MPP is a divided one. Once you are divided, you lose. But a united one is an unstoppable one. And my focus is to create an unstoppable party, a party that's hungry for power, for political power, to come and serve the good people of this country.
There are many who have said that the party does not treat its, grassroots well. Is that one of the strategies you want?
I think
grassroots members are treated well.
Recognition and reward
are
things that I've also talked about when meeting them, and I think it's touched a raw nerve. It's gained a lot of traction. As a member of Parliament, thanks to His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, I was made a deputy minister in his first term, and based on that, I was able to do something for my constituency executives, my electoral coordinators, and my police station executives. About 740 people. There wasn't an election going on. I was able to mobilize some funds to support them. That we are in power now. Whatever it was. I don't want to sit here and mention figures. There's somebody who do the calculation. But they are all alive, and they bear testimony to it. That because politics is about recognition and reward. And also to have a credible database of members, where we can locate our members, where we can identify our members. It's also key. But when it comes to appointments, this noise of we don't know Sami Wiafe. You don't have to know Sami Wiafe. But once Sami Wiafe is a voter in Subin, but resides in Denmark, right? And Sami Wiafe is a registered member of the party, and the party general secretary has his records, and by extension, every 6 months, these records are updated at constituency level. So the constituency also too has your records. Then Sami Wiafe is a bona fide member of the party, because you cannot know everybody. But I think we have to also create a situation where we make it easier for people to register with the party, for the party leaders to know them. Well, these are some of the things I intend on, bringing about when given the mandate as the party's general secretary. Yes.
On the election day, or the people who are contesting, there are 4 of you, including the incumbent general secretary. What makes you stand out, and why should delegates consider you?
I think I cut across. I mean, looking at the field, I think of somebody. If you look at my history in the party,
they all have history.
Well, I'm talking about mine. Ask me about mine. So let me focus on me.
Let's talk about you.
Let them also come and focus on this.
Let's talk about you then.
Yes. I've gone through the mill. Right. I've been a branch secretary in the UK. I've been a member of campaign teams, two campaign teams, Ashanti region, 2008, 2012. I've been a parliamentary candidate on 2 occasions. I've been a member of parliament on 2 occasions. I've sat at National Council for 4 years. I've been a deputy minister. And I think if you are going to be fair to me, you can see that at every level in the political governance structure of our country, I've served. So that puts me, I think, in a very, very poor position with experience gathered to be able to do the job, effectively, and also position the party to win power. Because I know what it takes to win power. I've done it twice. I've taken this party into power twice as a parliamentary candidate. So I know what it takes to win elections.
Let's talk about governance, because you served in government. The Mahama administration is about 10 months. How will you assess them?
Well, a lot of things were said, but MPP didn't have the answers at the time to respond to them. So there's a lot of propaganda, I would say, in the system. Ghanaians bought into it. A typical one is Galamsey. We thought that President John Mahama was going to deal with Galamsey in his first 90 days as president. 10 months on, we are still grappling with the menace. A very unfortunate situation for our dear country. It was all talk. All the people who made all the noises in this country sit in his cabinet. Unfortunately, we are still where we are. So it shows that it's a concerted effort by every well-meaning Ghanaian to bring it to a halt, because it's very, very, very unfair on innocent Ghanaians who are born deformed, on innocent Ghanaians who are drinking water from all these places. And I am of the view that the NDC will struggle. It's only in the first year, and to struggle because they've made a lot of promises and they are yet to fulfill one, apart from a gold ball which is now being chaired by my nephew. I think I'm old enough to be his uncle, CEO Sami Jenfi. One of the gold board that they've managed to set up. What else has the NDC achieved? Because the stabilization of the city and what have you has no policy to it. And we've been in government, everything must be backed by a policy.
But you left it around 14, Citi 15. At least they brought it down.
By artificial.
Beginning of the year, they brought it down. We all saw it.
The government should start paying contractors and see if it will.
Today, the Rose Minister said they paid 5 billion.
Well, the Rose says, do you have any proof that the contractors have received?
That's what he said.
But I'm also telling, but I've been in government. The fact that I'm saying that they've been paid doesn't mean they've received their money in their bank accounts. You can also make your own checks. Yes, the money will probably be through a controller. They will say they pay them, but because they pay them, well, the process is in motion. Do you understand? Yes. So I'm a firm believer that the NDC will struggle, and that's why I'm urging all my party members, well-meaning party members, to not engage in things that will tear us apart, but rather focus on the game to rather ensure the unity and the cohesion of our party, because we are in a poor position to win the 2028 if we get our act together.
You think so?
It's achievable, yes.
With the heaviest defeat you suffered in the last election?
It doesn't matter. Ghanaians, the Gen Zs and the millennials don't have time these days, and the youth form about 60% of the voting population, right? And once we are talking about policies that will to their advantage and benefit, why not?
MPP stands a chance.
We do stand a very good chance.
With you as General Secretary?
Absolutely.
But without you as General Secretary?
Well, I'm talking about me, and I want to dwell on the positives. Yes. Well, I know what it takes to win power. Yes. I mean, I didn't gather all this experience for nothing. Yes.
President Mahama has embarked on a number of foreign trips, seeking investors into the country. You don't think is a way of, reviving the economy, bringing the needed jobs, and fulfilling part of the campaign promises?
I would say investments only matter if they create jobs and opportunities for Ghanaians. Right? Investments only matter if they create jobs and opportunities for Ghanaians. And investment pledges are positive. He's been to Singapore already. He's now in China. Very positive. But we must focus on results for our local indigenous Ghanaian businessmen, such as the Kofi Amuabens, the Alaji Seydou Agongos, the Jasmos, the Joshops, the Edmarks, the Alaji Usuyes, the Simains, etc. We must make sure that we grow our companies. We must grow them, because these multinationals will come in, will invest here, and also send their profits back to their home country. You understand? They will repatriate all their profits to their home country. And my view is that we must focus on building, the aforementioned politicians businessmen that I've mentioned, Kofi Amoabe, what's the situation with his UT Bank? Can we do something about it? Alhaji Agongo, his Heritage Bank, can we do something about it? Jasmo, the construction guy, Jasmo, Joshua, Edmarks, the Usuyas, the Siemens. What can we do for them? I think that's what the president should focus. So the focus should be on building local industry, but the foreign investors also help. The foreign investments has over the years proven to be vital. Do you have any idea the amount of dollars that is taken out of this country by MTN every Monday? Do you have any idea? If you had any idea, and I think these are some of the key things that His Excellency Adodan Akufo-Addo did in his first term. Now he must focus on building the Ghanaian businessmen. We're all given instructions as ministers to focus on helping Ghanaian businessmen. So what His Excellency Mahama is doing today is not different from what Leonardo did in 2017 to 2021. The focus should always be on your businessmen. But when they get the money, they spend it here. You understand? But when these multinationals come in and they make the money, they repatriate it to their home country or to other offshore accounts. And Ghanaians lose out. And I mean, I'm of the view that, like I said, investments only matter if they create jobs and opportunities for Ghanaians. However, the Ghanaians must benefit from our natural resources that we've been endowed by the Almighty God. And if we are not benefit from the natural resources, then where do we find ourselves? Go travel abroad and go and see greener pastures when we are sitting on deposits of gold, bauxite, manganese, diamonds, and what have you. So my view is that we must look at the aforementioned businessmen and others
and reduce their foreign investments.
Oh yes.
Or stop it totally.
No, we cannot stop it totally. We need it, but we reduce the barest minimum. The barest minimum, yes.
And these local entrepreneurs will help revive the Ghanaian economy.
Absolutely, because they are here. I mean, growing up in the 70s and 80s, there were firms that were running shifts in Kumasi, timber firms, sawmills. They're running shifts.
But the government is going to implement the 24-hour economy.
I'm not too sure about that. I'm here to see it implemented.
Bring about shift as well.
I'm not too sure about that. I'm sure that's one of those election hoaxes that Ghanaians were served with. You don't even have electricity for 24 hours. You are thinking of creating 20. But we support the government. Everything that the government wants to introduce that will bring jobs to Ghanaians and opportunities for Ghanaians. We support it. But I have my doubts. Yes, I have my doubts.
We've got a few minutes to go. The MPP is electing a flag bearer in 2026, January 31st. You have a candidate? I support any of them?
I support all of them.
You can't support all of them.
I support all. The reason why I say I support all of them, I've worked with all of them very closely. Okay. Starting with Dr. Baumia, I worked with him on the election reforms committee in 2014, a committee set up by National Council. Both of us, he was the chairman, I was the secretary. So we had a very close working relationship. I've been in Parliament for 8 years with Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japon, Honorable Dr. Yawaduchum, and Honorable Dr. Brian Echampong. And Kwabena Japon is like an older brother. We come from the same backgrounds. Actually, we did a common entrance of the same school. He went to Fasima, I went to Pogowari. The same school in Kumasi. Our fathers were both lawyers and judges. Okay. So, you have a personal relationship with all of them. I have a personal relationship with all of them. I've been to their houses, I've been to their offices. And my focus is I don't belong to any camp. I belong to tradition. My focus is to make whoever is elected the president of Ghana. That's my focus. I was not the intra party, chit-chat. No, my focus is to be a general secretary of this party, put this party in a very formidable position to make any of them who wins on the 31st of January the president of this country. That's my job, and it's easy. We are going to sell ourselves to MPP delegates. I'm sure. I'm sure all the delegates that matter know who I am. They know what I stand for. That I've got experience. I am somebody who has his eyes firmly glued to where the party ought to be, and who is just waiting to be elected to hit the ground running. We have no time to waste. Ghanaians are also waiting to see what we can offer them, and that is my message to Ghanaians. So I seek their blessings, support, God's guidance on my journey, on my new journey to become the party's. You are very confident of NPP's return in 2028. I know my party.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much to the listeners too.
Eugene Boachientry, former member of parliament for Subi, former deputy minister for Works and Housing, now aspiring to be the next general secretary of the New Patriotic Party. My guest tonight on Point Blank on Eyewitness News, that came to you live from our studio here in Accra. My name is Sami Uyafe. Earlier, you heard Ejubi Uyafe Akenten, and also you heard Uyafe Ejubi Akenten. Show produced by Bevelyn London and Kwabena Wilson. To be coming your way again tomorrow. May the good Lord be with us all.